Previously on Lost in Random. Even fought her way up to the top of the gauntlet in order to save someone that threw her and Dicey into the trash. Quite a few areas ago.
You want to trade your cards? I know you do.
That's not ominous at all, is it? Okay, that was a terrible lie. Yeah, it's clear that speed is key here. That, and it's not a good idea to get too close to the explosion that's this big. And it's not looking good at all, is it? Good thing I had that. And a good thing that I had two weapons. Yeah, that Game Master. Game Master card. A good thing to have, as it means it moves it forward quicker. Right now, time is not on my side. So it's a good idea to get things ready.
We're nearing the end of this board game now.
Well, at least now I don't have to worry about the wall trying to kill me. Or rather, try to kill me. As the wall can't progress farther than... Oh, right. Another ancient wall. Well, at least guys with spears are unable to track that way. Yes, nice explosives. I mean, there's no need to worry about dying. And good, reached the end. Nothing to worry about at all. Well, except all those that are still there.
Only a few more enemies left.
Yeah, just because my piece has reached the end does not mean it's all over. And it's not all over until all of the enemy forces are destroyed. Right now, it's not looking good, is it? Right now, things are looking up. Let's see. Yes. Yeah, have a volley of explosive arrows.
Overhead, I see.
Yeah, I'd love to stand in front of your arrow-laden body and receive a hammer to the face, but I've got things to do, and so does Ethan, so I'd have to get on with this now. Preferably with as little being hit as possible. Well, it looks like we're both experiencing problems. On my side, Even is close to death. On your side, well, you're almost done. Thankfully, unlike you, Dicey provides much. So even if the arrows don't hit you, sword. He's not going to like that.
Have you won the fight? And you're here, and you're alive, so clearly you won the fight, which is incredible. The Queen's reaction when she finds out, oh, this brings a huge smile to my face. How'd you do it? Oh no. No. My poor little girl. I should have been there for you. She was always the best of us. I should be more like her. I'm going to bury her. I'm going to give her peace, and then I'm going to make peace with my own past too, you know? I can't forgive myself for my mistakes, but I can learn from them. That's what she would have wanted. Not for me to be sad, but to celebrate our friendship, to celebrate what it stood for. Here, I want you to have this. A friendship bracelet that QB made for me once. I think she would have wanted you to have it. I don't need blue thread to remind me of what we shared. She lives in me now, and if I could give you some advice... The bond you and your dice share, it's important, and the friendship will define both your lives. Don't let anyone keep you apart. You belong together.
Even had brought closure to the old dice wielder, and in doing so, given him new motivation for his future. The blue thread in her hand seemed to pulsate with warm magic. It was oddly comforting, actually.
Well, it's an interesting enough story for one who requires it. I just need to find it, along with the last remaining the 3 arenas.
Heard any good ghost stories lately? An ancient class of warriors. Tell me more. Is there a ghost in it? Interesting. Fascinating. Not a physical ghost, but the ghosts of tomorrow. Of all your regrets haunting you better than even a dozen ghosts could. Yes! Oh, by the makers, that's terrifying. A life of sleepless nights, regretting one single mistake. I love it. So it is, so it is. And honestly, I was expecting more of vengeful, horrific stories. What you've told me are just, they're kind of sad, or moving, or stories that remind us there are things we may never understand, and like all stories, there's a joy in telling them, a joy in being alive and being reminded of that. Thanks, kiddo.
Well, that's convenient. It's led Eden exactly where she needs to go.
Been dealt a bad hand, have you? Oh, never mind. Trade it in for a new one with me. Old Manny Dix.
Bring as many globes as you can into the hole in order to lower the ladder and get to your goal.
Okay, so the higher the roll, the more globes can be dropped down. And the more globes drop down, the faster the ladder drops down. And once it drops down completely... Ooh, now that's some friendly fire. Although the definition of friendly fire depends on how it's seen. To some, friendly fire might be anything that is shot at by an ally. While to others, it can be pretty much anything that doesn't hit you. Yeah, that's the difference between who it's friendly for. Oh look, we've got some friends! Yeah, could do with some die energy. It would also be a good idea to drop some globes into that glowing blue pit.
Out of globes! Roll your dice to get more!
Yeah. Think we don't know that? Let's see. Yeah, might as well save that for when there's enough to get that thing in order to destroy the enemy. Let's see. Yes. Time shall not be on your side here. Come hither, robot of the evil queen. Feel the destruction. That goes for you. Yes. It's not fun when even is the one that is doing the shooting. And look, she has a fresh sword. You should be the next to be destroyed. I see you want to do some shooting. Well, don't let me stop you from doing so. As long as you're... Some of them have shields or something that prevent certain types of dodging, as in the kind that's going through. Yes, what would be nice is something a bit more substantial. Yes, that's what would be nice. Oh, wait. That reminds me. More globes are needed. As there is a ladder to lower.
Halfway through the board game.
Yes! Just what is needed! Bash them into oblivion! Yes. More globes in the glowing pit! Now, I could say it in a different way, but it's not very appropriate, is it? Oh, good! Plenty for all! I'll have some explosive fun first. Yes, deliver it even! Show them no mercy! They certainly won't. Yeah, I know, it seems a waste, but I just want to get on with this. Ooh, I guess I win. I just need to take care of the rest. Yes, deliver the big hammer of judgment. Yes, I have found you lacking, and so receive up destruction. Seriously? I don't think she's gonna take this well.
Have you found him? Have you found my guiding star, my prince? A letter? Let me see. Dear, oh, he calls me dear. And then he goes on to say that the longer we were married, the more I became just a reflection of him, and he a reflection of me. He goes on to say that I'm not the woman I fell in love with, and he's not the man he used to be either, and that we both deserve better. We deserve to be full people. He then says this isn't healthy, that he needs to find time apart to rediscover who he is, and he hopes I do the same. Oh no, he's gone, and he's not coming back. I've lost everything. I don't want me, I want him! But then again, maybe all hope isn't lost. Maybe if I did what he said, if I try to figure out who I am when I'm by myself, if I rediscover who I used to be and truly am and break free of obsession and idolatry and become a fully realized person again, then maybe he'll take me back. Exactly! It's the only way forward. Let me give you this. It's a red band. I was going to give it to him, but I want to give it to you instead. For all your help. And when you look at it, you can remember me and him and us.
Oh dear. Well, even had helped a lovesick woman realize she was worth more than just idolatry. And the red thread she'd been given must have a use somewhere, right?
Well, there's nothing else except the main story, and that involves handing over the threads and finding out where Uma is.
last night?
Oh boy, that in there. Right there.
You got me there, bud.
Ah, it's this way. And yeah, it appears that the pots around here respawn. Either that's what I'm missing. Now, they definitely reappear. Yeah. It gets confusing, doesn't it?
Ah, you've returned, young one. How does fate find you today? Let me see, young one. Ah, the purple thread from your enemy. You have a dice, and you have to decide what you'll do with that power. And you saved someone who'd done you harm, didn't you? Oh, it seems to me, at least in that moment, you thought everyone might deserve a second chance. And this blue thread from the two friends. Not a happy story there, with a friendship and a dice both dead. But there's some joy in it too, isn't there? The old dice wielder made peace with his past, and in doing so, found a new motivation for the present. And this red thread from the woman in love. One can never fully depend on someone for one's own happiness. Isn't that true? We can't lose ourselves in someone else. We have to be our own people, no matter how much we idolize someone. Well, enough of that. Let's see what happens when these threads combine. Ooh. Ah, look at that. How beautiful it is when the weave comes together. You're a long way from one town, young one. You are lost, but you haven't realized yet that your story goes on whether you care or not.
Look, I'm glad you like your rug, but I'm really just looking for someone named Uma.
If you are so certain that is what you want, look here. Closer.
But it's just a rug. I don't see anything.
Sometimes, to see things as they truly are, we must look within.
Long ago, in the land of Random, there was a wonderful witch and a terrible queen. And everyone had a dice with which they could control their destinies. The witch, with her magical dots, gave every dice tremendous power. It was chaotic, but fair. Horrible, but beautiful. It was life. But sometimes there were disasters. One day, a new queen came to power, and she decreed her dice should be the only one. The queen hunted down all the dice in Random, tearing them from their wielders. It was a war, and she won. But still she was not satisfied. She turned against the witch. So desperate was this queen to find and control the secret valley from which all dice came. The queen destroyed Fourburg, searching for her, but the wonderful witch was clever, and she escaped to her dice's valley, shrouding her way behind her. To this day, the witch stays hidden, and the queen searches for any sign of her, for they both know she will one day return and help the dice wielders do the same.
The more I hear about her, the less sympathetic she becomes.
I am Uma. You are even. I'm sure you have many questions. Your kind is so small, and your lives so short. It does sometimes feel silly to learn them. In the before times, I produced the pips for the dice of old. Every dot on them came from me, and it gave them great power. There were many of us then. The Queen killed us all except me, because I hid for years, decades. And now you dare to disturb me. Did I? You are worthy of keeping some of my children. That's you, Dicey. If only to cause that horrible queen some headache. She hates that there's another dice in random, and I love it. Only if you believe her to be. What is it you want? You are like a dot on a dice, only a small part of the larger whole. You've been having dreams even, but they only show you part of the future. Dreams and destiny are woven together, but all is not as it seems. The last dice has not yet been rolled. Even I, the last of my kind, cannot give you what you want, even Dicey. Remember who you are, and remember. Sometimes you have to lose your way in order to find your way. I will give you the dots you and Dicey need. Your eyes are closing. Your eyes are opening.
Thank you, Uma.
Yeah. We can add genocide to the Queen's actions.
We may have to fight our way out, Dicey. Well, when you put it that way, let's break some robots.
Yeah, this one's a rapid firing model. And thankfully, they can damage them. Unfortunately, this one is quick to move. I need crystals in order to have even rolled dice to get anything useful. This is I'm able to use Dicey because there's not enough dice. Looks like link dodging is the way to go. Because at least now there's enough to actually do something. And I know what even needs to deal with first. Yes. No, don't shoot. Even shoot me. Goes for the spears. Some people can't take simple instructions. And then again, these are robots. In that case, some people can't make them. Well, to follow simple instructions, although sometimes they get it right. Okay, time to keep them in place. So there's something with a sheep. Ooh, that's handy. Suffer for that. Something. Ooh. Time to correct diet it is. It's needed bad, as there's two of them now. Let's see. What could these be? How about the hammer of two? As there's twice the problem when it comes to the robots with the guns. Which has just now been hard. Yeah, stay down! No one wants you here! Right. Who's next to be destroyed? And while we're at it, it's a good idea to trap them in place. And also, it's not a good idea to use that when they're too close to you. Because that means death is not far behind. And it's a good idea to not attract too much attention from that if it happens. Now, that is convenience. Another time trap. I like time manipulation. It means there's not as much to worry about from anything that requires reaction time. And even things again.
Even's ordeal was finally over. She could finally repair Dicey and leave Town behind her. Which is great because, quite frankly, I find this whole town to be unsettling and unpredictable. That's right, even narrators have opinions sometimes.
You'll like it. Home's not like this. The people there, they haven't lost hope. At least, I never noticed if they had.
Has Even's attitude towards her quest changed? How will her rematch against the High Roller go? Find out next time on Lost in Random.